Attention passionate Detroit, Lions fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Detroit Lions' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Detroit Lions fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Detroit Lions fans. Let's get to the news now. Lions fans, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you could be one of the most game-changing rumors of the NFL offseason. And yes, it involves the Detroit Lions making a move that could elevate them to a whole new level of competitiveness in 2025. We're talking about a potential trade, a move that, if it materializes, might reshape the entire NFC North landscape. And it centers around a player who, just a few months ago, was fresh off signing a big deal, Haason Reddick, one of the most feared pass rushers in the league, potentially heading to Detroit. I know it sounds wild, especially given that Reddick just signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this offseason. But hear me out because the NFL offseason is always full of surprises. And sometimes, the boldest moves come when you least expect them. Let's start by setting the scene. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, after a tough 2024 season, have shown some signs of retooling their roster, but they're also in a precarious position. The Buccaneers just extended their head coach, Todd Bowles, and their GM, Jason Licht, signaling a desire to stick with the current core for now. But if the season doesn't go as planned, if Tampa Bay struggles at all during 2025, the front office might have to make some tough decisions. And one of those decisions could be to become sellers at the trade deadline, especially when it comes to players on one-year deals like Reddick. Now, here's where it gets interesting for Lions fans. Reddick, who signed a one-year deal with Tampa Bay this offseason, is a player whose value skyrockets when he's healthy and motivated. He's not just a typical edge rusher, he's a game wrecker, a guy who can change the course of a game with his speed, agility, and relentless pursuit of the quarterback. Over his 8-year career, Reddick has accumulated a staggering 338 pressures, 72 sacks, and 219 stops. That's the kind of production that can elevate any defensive line. And if the Lions are serious about making a Super Bowl run this year, they need to bolster their pass rush, no doubt about it. Think about the Lions' current situation on defense. Aiden Hutchinson has emerged as one of the league's premier edge rushers, a young star who's already proven he can dominate at this level. But behind him, the depth chart has some gaps. Marcus Davenport, brought in to provide veteran experience, has been plagued by injury issues throughout his career. While he has shown flashes of brilliance, durability remains a concern, especially with the high demands of the NFL season. Josh Paschal has shown promise, especially in defending the run, but he's still developing as a pass rusher. So, adding a player like Reddick would not only complement Hutchinson, but also give Detroit a much-needed boost in their pass rush rotation. Now, imagine the impact Reddick could have. His quick get-off off the line of scrimmage could immediately create more pressure on opposing quarterbacks, forcing them into hurried throws or mistakes. His versatility allows him to line up both inside and outside, giving defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn a lot of options to create mismatches. Plus, with Reddick's ability to get to the quarterback from multiple angles, he can take some of the double-team pressure off Hutchinson, one of Detroit's brightest young stars. But some of you might be wondering, isn't Reddick too expensive? Why would Tampa Bay trade him? Well, that's the beauty of it. Reddick's one-year deal means the Buccaneers are at a crossroads. If the season doesn't go as planned, the team might decide to maximize the return for a player who could be a free agent next year anyway. Tampa Bay, under the new regime, is trying to rebuild and retool quickly, and that often means making tough decisions about veteran talent. If the right offer comes along, perhaps a high draft pick or a promising young player, Lions general manager Brad Holmes could pounce. And let's not forget, the Lions are in a prime position to capitalize. They've built a solid roster that's close to contention, especially with Jared Goff leading the offense and a growing defense that's starting to resemble a championship-caliber unit. Adding a player like Reddick would be a statement move, signaling to the rest of the NFL that Detroit isn't just satisfied with being competitive. They want to dominate. It's about setting the tone, about showing that they're serious contenders, and about finally getting over the hump to reach the Super Bowl. Now I know some of you are thinking, but what about the chemistry, the salary cap, the draft picks? Those are valid questions. Any trade of this magnitude would require careful planning. Reddick's contract situation makes him a more flexible target, and the Lions have shown they're smart with their cap management. They've built a roster that's young, talented, and hungry, and they're always looking for ways to improve. A trade like this would likely involve some draft capital, but for a player of Reddick's caliber, it might be worth it. And considering the Lions' recent draft success and their ability to develop talent, they could potentially fill any gaps created by the trade with young, promising players. Beyond the immediate impact on the field, this move could send a message throughout the NFC North. The Vikings and Packers have been making moves in the offseason, but if Detroit manages to land a player like Reddick, it could shift the power dynamic. The Lions would be seen as true contenders, not just a team on the rise. It's about establishing dominance, about showing that they're here to stay at the top of the division. Plus, with the NFC as open as it's been in recent years, Detroit has a real shot to make a deep playoff run. They have a solid core, and with a few strategic additions, they could be the team everyone fears come January. Of course, this is all speculative for now. We don't have confirmation that Reddick is on the trade block, and Tampa Bay could very well keep him for the season. But the NFL offseason is a time of endless possibilities, and the rumors are always swirling. What's clear is that Detroit's front office is always looking for ways to get better, to push the team over the edge. If they can pull off a trade for Reddick, it might just be the move that defines their 2025 season. To sum it up, Lions fans, what we're hearing is a potential game changer. A move that could make the Lions' defense one of the most feared units in the league. It's about adding talent, adding depth, and making a statement to the entire NFL that Detroit is serious about winning now. The NFC North is getting more competitive every year, and the Lions are positioning themselves perfectly to take that next step. So keep your eyes peeled, because if this trade comes to fruition, it will be one of the biggest stories of the NFL offseason, and it will have a lasting impact on the Lions' quest for that elusive Super Bowl. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Detroit Lions news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Detroit Lions fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Detroit Lions. Do you think this trade is possible? Would you like to see Reddick in Honolulu blue? How would you feel about the Lions making such a bold move? I know many of you are passionate and have great insights, so don't hold back. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Detroit Lions news. We're on this journey together, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for this team. Keep the faith, Lions fans, because brighter days are ahead, possibly with a new star leading the charge. This offseason is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in Lions history, and a trade for Haason Reddick could be the spark that ignites their Super Bowl dreams. The team is already on the rise, but with a little extra help, especially on defense, they could become a true powerhouse in the NFL. So remember, stay connected, stay passionate, and let's keep the Lions' spirit alive. The best is yet to come.